Now on Palm Beach TV, bumper-to-bumper traffic and parking space challenges, the findings of a one-year-long traffic study commissioned by the town.
We know how many people are coming to the town. We know where they are going. We know how they impact the system on the way to their destination. And once they get to their destination, we know how they utilize the parking.
A breakdown of the nearly 700-page study and recommendations. Plus, shedding light on sea turtle season rules, the reminder from town leaders. And cracking down on motorized vehicles illegally cruising along Lake Trail. I'm Claudia Shea. Those stories straight ahead.
The Palm Beach Civic Association brings you Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast. We are sponsored by the Fortin Foundation of Florida. Now the news.
Residents of Palm Beach have been grappling with severe traffic congestion for some time, which prompted the town council to hire a consultant to conduct an in-depth traffic engineering and parking study to find solutions. During Tuesday's council meeting, the Corradino Group shared the findings of their study, which began 1 year ago.
What I'm going to do here is kind of step you through sort of like an executive summary of the 700-page bound report.
The main scope of work included current traffic analyses and future projections at 23 intersections with and without traffic signals, and rated them on a scale of A to F on how well traffic moves. An F would be an intersection where drivers have to wait 2 or more light cycles.
The image you see up here is obviously Sunset Avenue and Bradley Place. That was stop controlled intersection. So all the intersections were operating at a level service D or better in the AM, but in the PM, Bradley and Sunset was a level service E and expected to operate at level service F in the future.
The study also included origin destination analysis, meaning where are the 38,000 drivers who enter the island daily going, and a South Lake Avenue one-way analysis.
To look to see what would happen if we converted that to a one-way southbound facility.
The study also focused on a valet parking review at 18 locations and parking supply and demand, the proposed solutions of which align with the town's parking plan, which was formally approved last spring.
I just want to again say, expansion of paid parking in the CBD, Palm Beach resident parking details, valet parking on Worth Avenue in South County, 30-minute free parking spaces. All of this is consistent with what has been said in the parking plan.
There are, however, many recommendations from the council to modify this ongoing study. Council members took issue with the peak afternoon hours study being 4 to 6 p.m., saying congestion begins much earlier than 4, as was indicated in previous meetings.
I'm wondering why the peak hours were changed, because even if you look at your sheet, 3 o'clock is the peak. So why did we do 4 to 5:45 when the council was very clear about the time periods that they wanted?
Council members asked for that change and several others.
Peak hours, you need to make that 2 to 6, and however you're going to remedy that, we need to have that data updated. We need a future projection, which includes the growth in West Palm Beach. Make the assumptions that you have to make. And also Palm Beach. Council has agreed that the committee, the B&A committee, is going to look at the shared parking, whether it's private, public, whatever it is. They're going to look at all the shared parking and what we can do there. Zone 16, that was really, really smart of you. You looked at that. That's where you have Sunset, you got Publix, you've got the Trevini restaurant, you have the synagogue, you got a hotel. You're going to add, and you brought this up anyway yourself, add the Breakers PUD and see what effect that's going to have. Do the after study on the one-way street at Sunset and see how that's working out. To beef up our valet permitting and monitoring.
Town leaders point out that the traffic study, as presented, is a starting point.
We're going to make them come up with more concrete suggestions because I thought it was, it has a long way to go still.
The goal is for the consultant to return with an update, preferably, they say, before the end of season, while roads are still most congested. Town leaders are reminding residents of an important safety issue that impacts Lake Trail and the town's roadways. Electric and motorized vehicles are not permitted on Lake Trail, and rules are also being broken along the roadways, often by children.
Since Christmas, I have received numerous complaints from parents about underage children, say 14 and under, driving fast motorcycle bikes, golf carts illegally.
We asked Palm Beach Police to explain the rules and the problems.
What we have is we'll have either golf carts, which are not registered low-speed vehicles, which aren't allowed on the roadway, which may be driving on the roadway in violation, doesn't matter how old you are, or those will be operated by children as well, or minors, and that's also an issue. And then you'll have the low-speed vehicles where someone went through the trouble of getting one registered and equipped correctly, but they'll let their unlicensed minors drive the vehicle.
This is a legal and safety issue. Citations will be issued to violators.
We are on a campaign of lights out for turtles.
Home and business owners along the ocean will receive a letter from the town reminding them that sea turtle season begins on March 1st. Town ordinance requires all oceanfront property owners to ensure that their lights are not visible from the beach from March 1st through October 31st. Artificial lighting confuses the sea turtle hatchlings, causing them to veer off course. Oceanfront property owners are required to shield or redirect any artificial lights illuminating any area of the beach or water that may be used by nesting sea turtles and hatchlings, or simply turn off the lights during the designated dates. In addition to local and state lighting rules, the entire community plays a role in keeping the hatchlings safe by steering clear of nests and baby turtles as they make their way to the ocean. Mark your calendar. On February 19th, the Palm Beach Civic Association continues its long-standing commitment to offering a candidates debate for those running for town council. During this public forum, you'll hear from the two candidates running for the town council Group 3 seat, Architectural Commissioner John David Corey and Landmarks Preservation Commissioner Bridget Moran. Both candidates are also Civic Association directors. The forum, which will be moderated by News Channel 5 anchor and reporter Michael Williams, will take place at Bethesda by the Sea from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. All residents are welcome. Please RSVP on our website, palmbeachcivic.org. That'll do it for this edition of Palm Beach TV, the island's only newscast. We also invite you to follow the Palm Beach Civic Association online and on social media. We'll see you next time.
Palm Beach TV is a production of the Palm Beach Civic Association. We thank our sponsor, the Fortin Foundation of Florida, and encourage you to let us know how we can provide news coverage that best serves our members and residents.